Hello everyone and welcome back to Fieldwake D20 as the first campaign arc starts to reach its explosive conclusion. In the last episode, Bomber blew up the factory he was in. 25 civilian workers were immediately killed. Another 40 were injured. 15 more will die of their wounds later on. The second explosion, which was caused by a chemical mixing with the concussion of bullets going off when he set them on a contaminated forklift, further on killed another 13 firefighters. Several ambulance officers and several police officers who were attending to deal with the original explosion. Bomber convinced everyone that he was injured. He left behind anything incriminating, stumbled out having lacerated his own head and cut his own brachial artery by accident. He was saved by a very quick-thinking ambulance officer. Snarbly Wolf stumbled out, showing all the signs of having been blinded by something, and was treated by an ambulance officer as well. Both of them have now been moved to a secure ward in a Drazni hospital. Meanwhile, Nets severely burnt himself trying to get through the fire because he stayed behind longer than everyone else. And he was the only one who actually managed to smuggle anything out immediately. He smuggled out a set of data recordings from from level 4 and some visual information from level 4 that he'd recorded via looking around.
And a neat gizmo with pins on it.
And a neat little gizmo with pins on it, and a few other bits and pieces that he picked up and tucked into his uniform. And he escaped by basically climbing into a sewer pipe and being washed away into the sewerage system. So to start this episode...
I'm really hoping this is like the super horrible sewage system where it just goes to like big tailings pond first instead of like being directly processed and like get ground up and stuff.
Mr. Nets.
I love it.
Yeah.
Roll a fortitude save.
Blunt.
While he's swimming
Wait,
in
wait,
shit,
wait,
what do
wait,
you
wait.
expect?
This is not going to be a good thing.
No, you're in raw sewage, dude.
Oh,
You're
plus
sitting
I've only got
burned and in
2
raw
health
sewage.
left. Please don't kill me,
shit.
droid. I got it.
I mean,
With my
you did
modifier,
some
I only
pretty
got it
stupid
2.
stuff.
You did just roll a straight up 1, though.
So, I was going to be nice, but you rolled a 1, so I'm not going to be nice.
Oh.
Please note
Fuck.
on your character sheet
Mm-hmm.
in the campaign modifiers, where we place all the little modifiers that occur during campaigns,
Okay.
could you please place that you have been infected with SPIA?
Speed? What is it?
And that is what again?
That is a parasitic infection of the nerves behind the eyes and in the sort of edge of the mouth and the nose and the ears. It is a parasitic infection that, if allowed to incubate without treatment, will possibly render Nets blind and severely damage his frontal cortex.
But it won't make him mute. Shit. Is there anything you can track that will make him mute?
It's just like, here's some horrible news because you rolled a 1. Your character could like become mentally handicapped and go blind. I'm just like, and it still doesn't shut him up. Please, can we shut him up? Like, a time and place, dude.
I absolutely love your character, but he's such a mouthy little twat. He's me in character form.
So, as you're washing through the sewage pipes, you reach a section where there are several sort of access ladders along the edges of the pipe you're in. The pipe is getting progressively narrower, so it might be sort of time for you to leave soon. And kind of like it's decidedly unpleasant. Like you're wearing thermal resistant fabric, which is very, very tightly woven,
Yep.
but it's not waterproof.
No.
And
And
you're
I'm like
floating.
surfing in sewage. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, look, there's yesterday's dinner,
Mm-hmm. Yay.
and there's Bomber's yesterday dinner, which was mystery meat. So yay.
She was
So-
swimming in shit.
So you grab hold of the ladder and you pull yourself up, and you sort of find that there is a sublock. But after probably about 20-30 minutes of fiddling with your sewage-covered fingers, you manage to open the sublock and climb out onto the street. It's still raining acid rain, which burns when it hits your skin, and doubly burns when it hits the bits of your skin that have blisters on them. By the way, yeah, you were swimming in sewage with blisters. It's great.
I know. I was expecting something to happen. I just wasn't expecting to roll the 1.
Yeah, I was probably just going to give you some kind of minor infection or dysentery or something like that, but no, you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you didn't outright die.
That's true.
Yet.
So you stumble out onto the edge of the manufactory area, out of the sewage connections on the edge of the manufactory area, where the sewage connections kind of head off outside of Challenger City to basically, essentially be dumped in the wastelands. So there's manufactories around you. You're coated in sewage and wearing a beige and brown onesie.
Now a brown onesie.
Now a brown onesie. And you're kind of got blistered hands, and your eyes burn for multiple reasons. They burn. They burn because of the ammonia in the 50, stop sending me messages like that. It makes it really hard to DM.
Oh, what is it now?
Sorry. Okay, so I said, if he becomes handicapped, that's gonna be perfect. We're gonna have the insane mask wearer, the handicapped engineer, and the accidental mask murderer who's irreparably damaged.
Oh dear. And your eyes burn because of the ammonia in the sewers, because of the heat, because of the smoke, because of the acid rain that's dripping into them from above. You're decidedly unhappy, shall we say. So, Snarly Wolf, you are dropped into a bed in a secure section of a Drazni hospital, because the police are still interested in you because you stumbled out. They haven't. You've been given the hospital gown, which you've had to put on. They haven't found anything suspicious because you've left all of your property behind, or most of your suspicious property behind in Bomber's locker. Bomber, same thing with you. You've been given a hospital gown, taken to a secure ward. You're not really in a fit state to be able to, sort of argue with this, considering you've got you've had some very expensive medical treatment given to you, and at the same time, you're still not in a brilliant shape.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could get up and leave hospital, but God, would you feel bad. Your neck hurts, your face hurts, your legs hurt, your chest hurts, your eyes hurt. You're aching all over. To be honest, Snarby Wolf's probably the one that's in the best condition at the moment. He's got sore eyes and a sore chest, but nothing else really. Which is good, because Snarby Wolf wasn't the one who initiated this madness. So, with you guys in a secure hospital ward and Nets you out on the edge of the manufactory area, which is primarily Drazni territory, what are you guys going to do?
How far away am I from the city to make it to a market?
The manufacturing area doesn't really have any shops. You're on the outer edge of the manufacturing area. If you were to walk, you'd probably take a few hours walking there.
Okay. Would the few hours take me to the market I visited while at Amanda's place?
Oh God, no! That was in the nicer area. You'd be definitely in a rougher area of the Drazni slums. The area right next to manufacturing is not the nice area.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there brothels out here? Being the
Bomber,
nasty.
I had pretty serious surgery. Do they give you the in this hospital? They give you the morphine clicker, so you click it a bunch of times, get morphine, then it cuts it off, or is it like a more regulated sort of shit?
Oh, you haven't had major surgery. You've had expensive medical equipment used on you, but you haven't had major surgery.
Okay.
Basically, you were bleeding out.
It didn't tear my leg up that bad, and it didn't tear my face up. Okay. Okay. Then.
Basically, the bits that you nicked, like the brachial artery that you nicked, is not very deep. It's about sort of like half a centimeter below the surface of your skin. You've cut through muscle and tendon, but yeah, it's it's not something that requires major surgery to repair. It's just going to be like it's going to be painful to turn your head for the next 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm fine then. I'm am I back up to full? Because I'm in a hospital now. Is everyone's what's
Nope,
the health
you're not back up to
go?
full.
I am not. I did not think so.
You have
I
been
will-
treated. You've been treated, and you gained health back from that. From now on, you'll basically gain back your level worth of health every day of rest that you receive. Every day of rest you receive, you'll gain 1 health.
Okay.
back.
I'm free to go. I'm not being. I'm just checked in, given a pretty much basic routine gear fixed up, and I'm free to go.
That depends. Do you want to try and leave?
I'd like to look around for police or anyone from Dresny that's out of place.
Okay, so as you look out of your little secure room, the look down towards the end of the ward, sitting at what is essentially the nurse's station are a pair of Drasnian forces.
Okay. In the room I'm in, how many people are in here?
Just you.
Okay. What is around me that I can see? That's what's around me? What does the room look like? Describe the shit.
You've got a medical bed which is adjustable. There's a metal band around waist height going around the wall, which is where there's plug sockets and sensors and things. There's a small micro cam in the top left corner of the room. There's a window, but the window is locked shut and reinforced because it's a secure ward. You have a bedside table with a nice little lamp on it. You've got an oxygen bottle attached to the bottom of the bed. You've got a sort of general intravenous drip that's hanging from a stand. It's giving you a constant flow of a clear substance. You don't remember being given it, but it's there now. To be honest, you don't remember much about the ambulance trip into the hospital either.
Yeah.
But
All right.
there's the beige
I'm not
walls.
chained. I'm not restrained. I'm not anything.
No,
Is there a call nurse button?
there is indeed. You can call a nurse.
I would like to call a nurse.
Okay, so you call a nurse, and a slightly overweight, dark-skinned woman with quite large muscular shoulders kind of walks in and goes, "Oh, my love, you're awake."
I'm awake and feeling not too terrible considering what happened. I don't remember what happened. I remember falling
darling.
and what happened.
Oh, darling, 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 you got in an explosion, you did.
I got in an explosion.
Oh, yes.
Can you explain what do you like? Was there an accident? Like what happened?
Oh, no one knows me, dear, but you was brought in by the ambulance, and you had all sorts of, oh, you was all cut up, me love. But don't worry, we take good care of you here.
I just waiting for him to get the bill.
Is everyone okay? Like what happened to what happened? Can I talk to anyone that knows anything? Like
Oh, of course you can, me love. And she potters off out of the room, and sort of like.
Can I have a panic attack? Like I'm full on having a panic attack. Like in character, like give me oxygen, shit. I'm full on panic attack. Like okay.
When the nurse comes back, she kind of helps you with your panic attack. She gives you an oxygen mask and kind of like basically pets your head for a while until you calm down a bit.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of shut the hell up and stop being a bitch. Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, I can deal with that.
And in walks a guy in kind of body armor with
Gun and
polizia. No, not with the gun. He's got a sidearm on his hip, but that's it. And he's not got the mask on. And he's got polizia, some Japanese words, and polechi, and several different kind of variations of the word police written across his chest.
Yeah.
And he kind of walks in and he goes, you're awake then.
I am now. Can I help? Can I I heard what happened, but what happened? Right? What's going on? Can you explain it to me? Are my friends okay? What? Just what? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. What's going on?
The police officer kind of looks at you for a bit and he goes, The place you were working exploded.
Yeah, that's what the nurse said, but what do you mean exploded? Like, how am I alive? What happened? Like, how did it explode? What's going on? Are there any answers I can get?
The police officer says, I shouldn't really discuss ongoing investigations with you. Speaking of ongoing investigations, why were you still in the building after...
I don't know. I don't remember anything. I remember there was a thump, and then I woke up here.
Roll a bluff check.
Natural 1.
It was too.
I told it.
15.
Oh shit.
Critically fail your bluff.
Okay, so now the police officer looks at you and he goes, Listen, lad, there's no point in lying because you're going to be staying here till you tell the truth, or at least staying with us till you tell the truth. The doctor's going to be around in a couple of hours and he's going to tell you you're fit to go, at which point I'm going to come in here and we're going to go have a little talk down at the station. Until then, like, be a good boy, behave for the nurses. He puts his hand on the sidearm on his side, and think very, very carefully about lying to us. And turns around and leaves the room.
Fuck. I'm gonna fucking hang myself. Shit. That's fucking terrible.
Oh, there's a TV in your room, by the way. One of the ones that's
Okay,
mounted up on the
thank you.
ceiling.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, what does the news say about the explosion?
Basically, the Drazni News Network has the and yes, I know that was Countdown. I just can't
That
remember
was
what the CNN news.
fantastic, though.
I just don't know what.
That worked perfectly.
I just don't know what the CNN news startup is. But basically, they have like a news jingle coming in,
Nice.
it's basically a cycled news thing, roughly every 3 minutes. It's the same information over and over again, and basically, it's talking about how one of the Drazni manufactories was subject to a suspicious explosion today, and how the armed forces and the police and the fire and the ambulance and the hospitals are all working together to figure out what happened, and how there were currently it's thought to be 25 dead and another 70 injured, but the numbers haven't been confirmed by the emergency services yet. And how the whole manufacturing district has been shut down.
I'm gonna turn off the news. News is turned off. Like, it's off. That's just depressing and terrible. I'm going to fuckaroo. Where is the? He's at the end of the hall,
Yes.
watching the doorway.
He's just kind of like basically sitting at the end of the secure ward. Like you'd have to find some way of getting out without going along the corridor.
Yeah. Is there a bathroom connected to my room?
There's a bathroom, yes.
I'm gonna go into there and take a look. Are there any vents? Is there a fan on the ceiling? Is there anything that is somewhat shimmyable size? Is it the size that I can shimmy into it?
There is a fan on the ceiling, but it's about 6 inches by 6 inches. So unless Don Bomber has really tiny shoulders,
I am not that tiny. But let's see.
That's not what your wife told me. No, wait.
Ah! Ouch.
So Bomber is currently struggling with what to do with himself, having found out that he may have killed.
I'm gonna take a
30
kissing game and do the same.
In real life. Snarbly Wolf,
Yes.
what are you up to in your hospital room?
Well, I'm just gonna lay there in bed, make a nice little recovery, you know.
Okay, you're gonna lie and relax. Nets, what are you up to?
Okay, so I'm making my way to the closest outside slums district market that I can kind of find, and looking for a hotel or brothel, or basically some place where they would have a room where I can shower up and possibly purchase some garments off them.
Okay, so you smell like shit.
Yeah,
You look like shit.
I'm literally covered in it as well.
Yeah, you're covered in shit. You are perhaps, like, as far as like people in the slums who draw attention go, you're probably up there.
Mhm.
Like, walking around with a loaded shotgun would probably get you less attention right now. And to be perfectly honest, most places are not interested in having you within their establishment.
Mhm.
With a little bit of wheeling and dealing, you can probably connive to have a very, very ratty, unpleasant hotel allow you to basically get washed up in essentially the backyard with a hose. Like, getting into a building is going to be nearly impossible in your current state. Like, you can probably convince someone to like let you have access to a hose and a yard in which you can shower.
Oh, well, as I'm walking in, am I gonna pass housing first?
Yes, you'd pass some housing before you got to a market.
Would there be a spot where I could inconspicuously just use their hose then?
Yes, there would.
Okay, I'm just gonna find myself a quiet little backyard and hose myself off.
So you hose yourself off, so you're not nearly as bad condition as you were. It probably takes you like 20 minutes. It actually hurts a lot
Mm-hmm.
to hose yourself off, especially handling the hose.
Yeah, with the
Your hand,
like what, third-degree burns on hands?
your hands have some significant burn on them, and it's quite painful. But you hose yourself off, you get yourself into a slightly better condition. With yourself in a slightly better condition, no longer covered in literal shit, you can actually find a small, ratty, unpleasant motel that, for significantly over the odds, will allow you to use a room and send one of the staff members out to, again, for significantly over the odds payments, purchase you some clothing.
Yeah, I'll do that. I need fresh clothing, a backpack or like gunny bag, and
Okay.
yeah, a sealable bag or a garbage bag.
Okay, those can be provided. It takes a while, but you.
I'm
have
also
access
going to take a while to shower off.
So you shower up and you change into some new clothing that doesn't quite fit, because like
Mhm.
it's just randomly purchased clothing. It's very cheap and obviously second-hand clothing. So not only did you pay over the odds for clothing, but you paid over the odds for bad quality clothing.
Yeah.
And you get a little like satchel bag and a roll of bin bags provided to you.
Okay, so as I was hosing, hosed off the sealable bags that I had my equipment in. Now with those clean bags or cleanish bags, I put those inside the gunny sack. My suit of infrared protection. I clean that off as much as I can and put that inside the other bag, tie it up, and have all that inside this knapsack type thing. And
It's the flask of environmental protection +1 all over again.
and then yeah, I make my way to one of the train stations.
Okay, so you've made your way to the train station. Where are you going to be heading on the train?
I just want to head deeper into the city to the market with Dirty Jim.
Okay, so meanwhile, Nets is on his way to Dirty Jim's surgery
Yeah.
parlor. This is a bad fucking idea, but okay. And Snarby Wolf is relaxing in the hospital room, just kind of like chillaxing. He's like, fuck it. I'm in the hospital. I might as well sit back and relax.
I'm gonna call back in the officer.
Okay, so the police officer comes back in to see Bomber and he's like, you wanted to talk?
You wanted the truth? Why it took me so long to come out? I was on the 4th floor trying to steal Parasite because I don't make enough money and I want to get out of this hellhole. There you go. There's the truth.
Roll
I
another
don't
bluff
know.
check.
1, and I'm a shit.
5.
A 5 plus a. I have.
Oh,
I have
the guard
bluff as
critically
an
failed,
actual-
though.
I have a +6 in my bluff anyhow.
So the guard critically fails his sense motive. So the guard is more than willing to believe in the greed of humanity. He's worked in security and worked in police force long enough to know that people will stab their own grandmother for money. So he's in no way surprised that you were essentially trying to take advantage of the confusion to steal Ferrocite. He now has this thought in his head that you've probably been planning to try and steal Ferrocite for a long time, and it was just an opportunistic thing. He still thinks you need to be arrested, but
I didn't actually steal anything, so he can't. Haha.
that's actually a good point. You failed to
Mhm.
steal anything.
I didn't. I said I tried to. I couldn't find anything. That's and the second explosion just kind of sent me on my way running out. And that's what took me so long, and I almost died.
Okay, so
Just a clusterfuck of idiocy.
you have managed to transform yourself into at least in this particular police officer's eyes, into a person of interest, but not necessarily a terrorist.
That went better than I hoped for Bomber.
It did.
You know what? You can just eat a massive sweaty ball sack. But I love you.
Well, it's only fair. Nets went on a date with Amanda, and Bomber ended up killing 2 people. Bomber set some explosives off, and Nets ended up with like a parasitic infection and 3rd-degree burns. So, like, fair's fair. Like, both of you have made schemes that have ruined the other one. Like, the dads of the murdered people in that nightclub are still interested in finding out who it was and punishing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So.
But seeing as how I just killed upwards of 30 people, as far as I know, I'm not too worried about those 2 guys. I think I'm going to end up going from, oh no, I killed 2 people to, fuck it, what's another dozen? Like, this is not good for my character. I was like, alright, let's be a good person and not murder anybody. And now I'm a fucking terrorist. I'm not happy.
Okay, well, being another 30 minutes in, and Bomber admitting to be a terrorist, should we call this an episode?
Yeah, let's call that an episode.